Oh my god, the recording paused right at the beginning. Okay, let's try this again. Hello, I'm Victoria Valentine. I am one of three parts of the Valentine Estate. There's myself, Victoria Valentine, who goes by she, her, I guess, or they, them. I don't care. As long as you're just not being a punk in the comment section, I don't care. Just call me whatever my voice brings you the thought processes of, and we'll be okay. Um, then there's Isabella, who also goes by she, her. And then there's Jules Valentine, who goes by they, them. And we are all collectively the Valentine Estate. And we all have different purposes in the estate. Jesus Christ. The different purposes being, I am just the guy who just wants to talk primarily. I am not as thoroughly spoken as either of the other two. So I kind of just delegate the duty to them for like more important things. But Jules is someone who's primarily focused on just the major projects, or else they would be speaking about their duties themselves, or just being on fucking Reddit all the time. But it's fine. Like, I get it. Just, sometimes you need a break. We all work jobs, and we just need a moment to breathe and be able to put things together. But Jules is the one that does the big projects that we promote here at the Valentine Estate. And this was an agreed upon thing. There's no, like, we're being undervalued. We just have different desires, but we all have the same kind of idea of making this thing work. And to put it very transparently here at the very beginning of this channel, these channels are essentially for promotion for these big projects. Not that these videos don't matter. Like, I'm not going to be actively in every video talking about the projects. Like, this is not the update channel. That's very explicitly what Jules is going to be doing on their channel, which is all the channels for the Valentine's Day in the comment section below. What I'm doing is I just make essentially commentary videos. I just talk, because I don't think I'm as articulate as Isabella, who wants to do video essays. And I was all for it, but Isabella's also, like, I won't say slow, but Isabella, like Jules, really cares about quality control, and I'm like, it's not that I don't care. I want to put out nothing content, but I also think the least about it. I kind of just want to talk, minor editing, just so things sound coherent, and just some gameplay in the background. In this case, before the recording, I didn't realize wasn't working. I was learning the desert mode in Satisfactory. Skipped the onboarding process if you've played Satisfactory. Skipped the onboarding process, went straight to Tier 1. Never played on a desert, though. So I'm learning all of this live. And it's not been actually too bad. In fact, to some aspect, I would actually say it's simpler than like things like the forest. But I also get it. It seems like things are generally more scarce. But so far, that's been fine. Like, that's not led to any sort of interest or development. That's like the core, that's the key of like what I'm doing here. In terms of, what do you mean by major projects, you might be asking? Major projects primarily could include things like, okay, so talking about from Isabella Valentine's, that channel's content. From what she said to me, a lot of the content, like I said, video essays, but like what kind of video essays? We all are a pretty big fan of video games, and we really like a lot of video game essayists. I particularly really like Sphere Hunter's stuff, Sphere Hunter's stuff. She's great. She's an excellent video essayist if you haven't seen her. But I don't really know. Like, I think from what's been described to me, it is going to kind of be like, I won't say like varied, but it'll usually, like, the goal for what Isabella was saying in some general idea is that she wants the content to not be disposable. Like, that's it. Like, for example, like, these videos are meant to be disposable. Just, if you like who I am, I'm just gonna be making in excess, simple editing. You just hear me, you get to know me, get to know, in a way, the other members of the Valentine Estate. That's it. Like, I keep it very simple. That is my purpose. Isabella, however, wants the videos to kind of stand on their own. And I'm like, that's great, yeah. Like, that's why I like things like Sphere Hunter's videos, is that they aren't disposable. They are very much something that you kind of just have to watch and engage in, and even if you are kind of watching it as background content, it's thorough, it's meant to be content. The comedy isn't overbearing. Like, I kind of like some of the super eye patch wolf stuff, but sometimes the comedy kind of just gets a little too much for, at least for what Isabella wants to do. I don't mind it. I think it's grown on me more since he started doing it, but you know, you never want to say that thing. What is that thing right there? Yeah, I guess that's a fake piece of grass. You know, you typically don't want to say, oh, that thing I didn't like, it grew on me. I mean, it's not like a terrible thing to say, but you know, it's like, it had to grow on you. Sometimes things just take a little bit of time. Rambling though. God, I'm gonna have to deal with these fucking bugs. Don't want to hit big guy. I forgot if he beats my ass or not, or if he's just vegan. So Isabella wants to make just good content. TV episode length, ideally, not too long. Especially given how much sometimes our time goes back to the core projects. Like what Jules Valentine is doing. Like, I won't spoil it yet. But, you know, no, I guess it needs some attention. Or else, like, how do you even know if people are going to like it if you're not going to talk about it? Jules really likes the idea of, like, making books, making games. Like, there's those really large stuff. So currently, we're in the process of making a tabletop role-playing game. Alike to things like D&D. But alike solely in that it is also a tabletop RPG. If you know anything about what they are, then no, it's not like D&D. If you don't know what they... Is that supposed to be smoking? If you don't know what they are... Okay, haha, fun fact, I just did not finish my thought. If you don't know what D&D is, then it's pretty close to what D&D is in terms of your roll dice, your role play with your friends, there's magic and stuff, it's pretty cool. Yep, just I guess that's all I had to say. I don't know if I didn't finish that thought. ADHD is crazy. What is the end goal of... like the Valentine, or like what's like stage 2? Like if this was stage 1, what is stage 2 of the Valentine Estate? Phase 2 is probably just when things start succeeding. So let's say I start getting a decent amount of subscribers on this channel. That is like huge for us. That's like fantastic progress. That means like we don't have as much to do once one of us starts succeeding, kind of deal. We all generally benefit off of the work of the other. If Isabella starts succeeding, Isabella won't have to change a thing. Like, that's the cool thing about Isabella's, like, work ethic or workflow. Making video essays, like, in the way that she's planned to handle it, is just going to be, she'll make, like, a series of videos, release them, and then when she makes the next series, she makes the next series. But typically the series will already be done, and then them being released is just saying, hey, here it is. It's done. Here's that. And I'm like, great. Yeah, that sounds fine. That sounds fine with us, and also it sounds like a fine way of getting promotions out. Because typically, if you make good enough videos, the promotions will make sense. Here's the issue. If I am the one that starts succeeding, and I have to kind of delegate more time to this, it will infringe on everyone in the worst way possible. So I'm not really trying to make videos hyper consistently. Not because I don't like the idea of me succeeding, but as much as I said, like, Jules really values those high-effort projects, it's not that that's incorrect. I also do, though. Like, as much as I personally don't think I could manage it as well as Jules does, this is, like, if I started succeeding too much, I would have to just find a way to, like, I think I would just have to hire an editor. Like, that would be the biggest thing. Like, I edit my own, but, okay, Jesus Christ. But okay, maybe I'm just not meant to get that. If I'm the one that starts succeeding, then I'm like, oh, okay, so it can't be me editing anymore. The good news is, if Jules is the one that starts succeeding, like, that's the one that matters, because that means the other, like, I don't have to change a thing. Isabella is already planning to release things in kind of batch anyway, so if things don't come out for a while, people can just presume that's why. And that's just kind of, like, that's just how we all kind of mesh together. And, like, that's why this kind of comfortable vibe. We're all doing different things, but in a way, truly, I guess the only failure would be my success. Which, you know, I mean, rough way of putting it, but, you know, it's not untrue. It hurts the entire point of there being a Valentine Estate if the laziest channel is the one that makes progress. So, like, even if I did start succeeding, like, I would take advantage of it for a bit, but I would have to say, this is not the point of why I was doing this. This is meant to be like a forum page as a channel. People can kind of hear people can kind of hear updates, kind of. Like, let's say, like, there's something that's not worth talking about, like, let's say there's not, like, a Kickstarter, or there's not, like, a Patreon. It's just, hey, guys, so Jules wanted me to say that Book 2 is coming along. Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh, wow, I can take decent fall damage. Like, yeah, Book 2 is coming along pretty well. Still more time on it, but, you know. And then I would just talk about whatever I want to talk about for the video. I originally planned to do streaming, which is where I would just kind of just casually talk and get a lot of my opinions out. And yeah, I guess, like, collabs might happen or whatever. Not with, like, other Valentine Estate members. They don't really have anything different to say than what I would say. But like, maybe just, like, other channels, like, that just want to talk or enjoy my presence. Like I said, if the laziest channel that posts, like, infrequent, well, like I said, this is really just, hey guys, so I have something I want to talk about today. If I don't, you won't see me. It's, you know, it's not really quality assurance as much as it's genuinely just, if I have nothing to say, I'm not just gonna start talking at you. Because why would I? Like, what does that do for either of us? I have to edit a needless video, and, you know, maybe I'll do, like, once every 2 weeks as a bare minimum. But I'm not saying rely on that. I'm just saying, like, as, like thinking about it in my head, like, what would make the most sense for just casual talking for, like 10, 20 minutes. And my guess would be every 2 weeks, just throw out something. But like I said, you know, other people might be working on other stuff, so I might either delay videos, or I might just be like, hey guys, I don't have anything to say, but something else is coming. Which maybe I'll just make that as, like, a community post or whatever. So ideally, I'm meant to be the most frequent member of the group. Ideally. But, you know, like I said, we also are all working jobs. So it's not like that's going to always be the way it is. It just currently is the way it is. And that's fine. Because, you know, we are, like I said, we are all individuals. That's something that I appreciate about all of us, is that none of us are really trying to be boring about it. None of us are really trying to be, like, repetitive or, you know, needless. Maybe I'll just do, like, a random review of an album. It's just truly just, hey, what doesn't take that much time to make, but also gets my point across, but also, like, gives me a presence online? And the answer is, there's a couple things that will do that. So I will do those couple of things. And it's just a perfectly fine process. Like, we're all pretty satisfied with the way that we have it structured for now. But, you know, one day we might have some disagreements. We might be like, hey, this would be better for, like, our movements or whatever. And things might change radically. We just aren't there right now, so I'm not going to talk about it as if we are. And I don't really have any ideas myself on, like, what I would suggest for us to do. But, you know, it would be wrong to assume that we don't eventually have, I won't say different interests, because we already do, but, like, different ideas of where the future of things go. And generally, if you guys just say, and I don't mean this for every occasion, but if you just say, hey, we haven't seen a video from you guys in a while. What's going on? Are you guys okay? Usually that would be enough for one of us to be like, oh yeah, we haven't really said anything in a bit. Probably should say something, just so people don't really think about it too much. And then we all usually agree, yeah, it's usually a pretty good idea. So, like, you guys aren't, like, left out of the thought process and festivities of our collective minds. I think essentially I've said everything that needed to be said. We plan to be here for a while. It is a we, and we all enjoy what each other wants to do. So it should be a good old time. And like I said, it's gonna be minimal editing for me, because it just makes the most sense that way. And I would say we're all pretty talented. So I hope you guys look forward to what we do. It's also meant to just kind of just be a first video. So who knows? Everything will crash and burn. Not gonna schedule anything. That's actually, you know what, that is something explicitly they told me to say. Do not expect anything to be scheduled. Only when we announce, like, hey, the game is coming in a month. If we announce something like that very explicitly, that is, like, with a certainty. But if there's any reason, if we ever preface something with, but we're not sure about it, essentially pretend we didn't say it. And that's not out of disrespect for any of the guys or anything. Like, they're not gonna be the guys. Any of them, they don't care either. But, you know, like, I'd rather be proper in my speech. If I bring it up that it matters for distinction. If Isabella announces on her community page, hey, 5 videos coming out over the course of the next month, once every 2 weeks, about 30 minutes each. If it's something like, if it's just that explicit, that means it will happen. It's already like in like the YouTube's like planned thing. There's probably gonna be premieres for them or whatever. It's happening, but that's it. Like, it's that simple. There's no tricks about it. There's not like a, oh, there's gonna be more than that. It's truly just meant to be that simple. If Jules is saying something is coming out, that essentially puts myself and Isabella on hiatus, essentially. I think that covers everything. That's the Valentine Estate. Yeah. And this is also this channel. I'm gonna try to organize everything in the actual editing of this video so it's a little bit more smooth. But yeah, there's a lot that at least I believe, and I would defend my fellow brothers about, to be excited about. There's a lot of cool stuff that I'm very glad, like, I'm very happy with what we're doing. I think that you guys should have reason to be excited, and there's a bright future ahead. Outside of there being a bright future ahead, there's also me wanting to have a bright outro. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. You don't have to subscribe to all the channels yet. I should say that you should only subscribe once there's actually content there to look at. We do have a Ko-fi or Ko-fi, I don't know which one it is. We will eventually have Kickstarters and Patreons and whatever. They'll be promoted in the description, or primarily on the Valentine Estate / Jules Valentine channel, where you can go either on screen, or maybe I just don't give a shit, and it'll just be in the comment not the comment section, the description for sure. Yes, but I hope you guys actually enjoy whatever I put out, because for me, it's random. There's going to be video essays and high quality stuff that I've already talked about a million times in this video, and then there's going to be the stuff that is going to be genuinely interesting, what Jules Valentine puts out. So thank you guys for watching. I'll eventually think of an outro.